what a day! What a lovely day!
Hey guys, Jim here. Welcome in once again. Today's word of the day is Saigaiha. And what is that? That is the motif that you see engraved into this exclusive variation of the EMP EDC Nymble. Now, for you guys that don't know, haven't been following my channel, I am a monster-sized fan of the EMP EDC. It has been one of my favorite knives, every iteration that I've gotten. I carry mine all the time. I've had my Frag original size Nymble the longest. I still absolutely love this knife. This was the knife that turned me into a reverse flicker. I was never a Spidey flicker ever at all until this came around. Now, several iterations later, and I've got this little masterpiece in front of me. Not only are we going to see a very big difference in the patterning on the titanium, on both sides, by the way, but you're also going to see a difference in the blade finish. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Nice horizontal simulation of hand-rubbed satin on the flats, and then beautiful belt satin done on the bevels. Really, really nice job on this. And what is up with that Saigaiha pattern that you're seeing on there? Well, this motif was adopted by Urban EDC Supply, and they offer it in exclusive runs of very popular knives and other EDC gear on their website. So John Rusk over at EMP EDC formed a little partnership, a little collaboration with Urban EDC Supply to make a specialized version just for them. Now, this wave pattern is basically just a layer of concentric circles creating arches, which are symbolic of waves and water, usually blue. What they're being used for today is to represent surges of good luck, and I believe that's probably why Urban EDC Supply actually adopted that look. But when you go back into history, and it goes back quite a long way to the 6th century, believe it or not, you go back in Chinese and Japanese culture, and this was drawn to signify water on maps. And while we do recognize this as a Japanese motif, obviously, you will actually see it in Chinese maps as well, going back that far. So very, very cool. And so, yeah, you're getting that modern interpretation of this very slick, very cool, beautiful, repetitive pattern. It's really gorgeous. And on different knives from different makers and manufacturers, Urban EDC Supply, that is a mouthful to say all at once, by the way. They have done this in various different finishes and anodizing different colors, and really did some outstanding things. Now, this was a special edition of only 100 pieces made. And those of you that collect the Nymbles, know that they're all limited in their runs, but to know that only 100 of these existed, period, makes it all the more special. Now, the unfortunate thing is, these are long gone. These are no longer available. That small batch came and went and is gone. So I'm not going to spend a tremendous amount of time on this particular knife. Instead, we're going to talk quite a bit about Urban EDC Supply and what makes them so special. Now, before I get into that, I want to make it very clear. You can pause the video right now and go look down in the description below, and what you will see is just a direct link to Urban EDC Supply. You will not see an affiliate link. I make no money from you shopping with them, buying from them, signing up for their emails, nothing. All I want to do is make you aware of what a really cool retailer they are, because they're not your traditional retailer. You're getting the opportunity to sometimes buy exclusive items like this. So for somebody like me who is already a real big fan of the Nymble, I was able to procure a specialized version that is going to be very hard to track down in the future. If somebody didn't get it when it came out, may not ever be able to get one. I don't care if the value goes up or not. It's just something that I want to carry and enjoy for myself. But yes, it could be a knife that appreciates well in value. Who knows? And this is done with a multitude of knife brands and also custom makers as well. Sometimes there will be a small run of knives made specifically to distribute through Urban EDC Supply that aren't available anywhere else, maybe in a particular color or blade shape or motif or something that makes it special. Why would you shop at Urban EDC Supply over other places? Well, there's a lot of benefits. But number one, all you have to do is sign up with your email to be notified of their exclusive drops. So, like me, fan of the Nymble, if I was never signed up with their email program, I would have never known this existed because they sold out pretty much instantly. So for those of you that have one of these, you really probably only have one because you were on their email list. Now, are they going to spam you? Yeah, I mean, technically you could call it that, but they're really not. They're not sending you a bunch of unwanted messages. They're not sending you messages all day, every single day. Every day when you wake up, you got to delete something out of your email from them. It's not like that. As a matter of fact, I want to go through very quickly how their system works so that you understand how great their system really is. Number one, every Wednesday, there's going to be a new drop. Maybe it's a knife, maybe it's a carabiner, or it's some kind of multi-tool, or it's a number of different things. Sometimes you'll have a choice of 4 or 5 different things on Wednesday. They'll alert you before the drop happens. Hey, we're going to be doing something cool here, and here are the items that are available. And you can click directly through and get yourself into the deals. You also earn points as you're shopping with them. So you get to save more money. A lot of times you're going to see knives that are already discounted. And then as you're making your purchase, you can apply your points to that new purchase. Actually, you're going to, I think the best way to describe it is you apply the points for, it's like a gift card that's usable on the site. And you might be able to take off $20, $30, $50, maybe even more, depending on how often you shop, so that you can get the best deal possible. So you're buying into exclusive items. You're buying into rare and hard to find items if they're not already exclusive to them. And they even do some pre-owned sales on high-end customs that you wouldn't be able to find elsewhere. Again, I will reiterate, when you look in the description down below, there is no affiliate link. I'm not telling you all this because I want you to go shop there and put money in my pocket. I want you to shop there because they have a really good system. There's some really good people involved with that business, and they are gear people. They are people that love this shit. They love the EDC community, and they're adding to the community all the time by offering cool stuff. And you know what? We all like cool stuff. You see, the site's really well laid out. It's easy to find what you want. You can select from different categories. We'll start with knives. And you could select if you want, the newest first or most expensive or least expensive. But you get a good chance to see exclusives like this. This is the Pena that's dropping right now. They even have a couple of the pre-owned customs on there every now and then. I'm not really sure where they come from, but they seem to be somewhat competitively priced. And even if they're not competitively priced, you've got the zip pay option, which again, I think is a really, really cool idea. As you see, there's always a lot of different knives to choose from. It's not like going to Blade HQ where there's 3,000 knives to choose from, but you're also avoiding all the really, really basic stuff that's out there. What you're going to find there is generally going to be fairly special. You got the knives, you've got flashlights. There's a lot of really great flashlight makers in here as well. And it doesn't really matter what your preferred type of EDC is, whether it's flashlights, knives, multi-tools, keychains, beads, spinning tops. You've also got challenge coins and things like that. Hey, look, a slingshot. That's kind of neat. So there's always going to be something new and interesting for you to find there, and they're constantly uploading stuff. At the least, if you check in on Wednesdays, you're going to find really cool, special new drops. So there's my little spiel on the website. Now let's get back to the rest of the video. Now, when we talk just about the knife, well, I've already discussed the Nymbles in painstaking detail, both the knife, and the company, and the owner, John Rusk. And I will put cards up at the end of this video so that you can watch those videos. If you've never seen the Nymble before, you'll understand more of why everybody seems to love them, and all the specifications, all the stories behind each one, all that kind of good stuff. But I do want to show you the beauty in which this one was done. Again, that beautiful repetitive pattern going throughout the titanium frame. Nicely detailed. It feels really, really nice. Again, 100 were made. And they've even done it on the lock side, which is quite a bit of a challenge. I'm glad to see that they went ahead and did that. Everything else operationally is going to be the same as the other standard 3-inch Nymbles. You're going to get the same flat face pivot with the EMP EDC logo right there engraved into it. You're going to get the spear point blade, which I really like the spear point blade. It looks fantastic. You'll have to excuse my fingers. I've been trying to do a little bit of work in the shop while I've been able to, and I guess I didn't clean my hands as well as I thought I did. Now, as I mentioned before, a big difference between this one and the one that I've used and carried and had the longest, mine is an all stonewash blade on my frag, and I really love it. It's very easy to clean, even though, as you see here, I haven't cleaned it very well after the last time I used it. Oh my God, Jim uses his knives? Yes, I do use my knives. How shocking. I collect and I use. But here is that vertical belt satin pattern, which I got to tell you, it looks really, really nice. It adds a little bit of elegance to this overall design. As you can see, I've already used this blade a little bit too. Couldn't help it. I've had this for a few weeks now, and I haven't had the chance to sit down and make the video, and I was not going to go without carrying it, because again, the Nymble is one of my favorite knives to carry. Why is that? Well, because I've got multiple methods of deployment. I can flip it. I can reverse finger flick it, spidey flick it. If you are the type that likes to front flip, you can do that one as well. You can slow roll it. You can thumb flick it. There are so many wonderful ways in which you can deploy this knife, and it's nice and smooth. The action is fast. The detent is crisp and perfect without being too hard, because when you have this type of flipper tab where you're pulling straight back, if your detent strength is too much, it actually can really start, the corners of the flipper tab can really start digging into your finger, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. This one is just perfect. Now, I tend to flick the regular size Nymble more often than not because of the way that it fits in my hand. This is just perfect, especially because once it's open, my hand's already in that position where my finger wants to drop in that choil, and we are off to the races. On the larger size Nymble X and some of the other variants that are in that larger size, I do prefer to use the flipper tab because it's a larger knife, and that's where it's sitting in relation to my fingertip. I love this variation. It's hard for me to say I love anything more than my original, probably because I have an emotional attachment to that knife, but just pure aesthetic beauty, I think I like this one more. It's a somewhat slightly more refined edition of the Nymble. It's a tiny little bit more elegant. And you know what? I kind of dig the idea behind the wave pattern and what it stands for, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. I think it's really cool. And you know what? We can all use a little bit of good luck in our lives, especially right now, couldn't we? So that is my little video on this special edition version of the Nymble. Absolutely love it. If you do come across somebody that's selling it, get yourself one. You'll never get mine. Don't even think about it. Get yourself one. You will love it, especially if you already own Nymbles. It's just everything that you love and a little bit more refinement. It's just a little bit more fancy pants. If you've never owned a Nymble, find a way to get some sort of Nymble in your collection. They're affordable. They're just wonderful to carry. Great size for carry, great weight for carry. Fantastic, flippable, flickable, every kind of ubble action that there is. It's smooth. It's kind of a fidget toy at some point. And it's pleasing to all the senses. And if you haven't already signed up with Urban EDC Supply, get on their email list. What have you got to lose? Put yourself on the list, try it out for a couple of months, read their emails, see if there's anything that strikes your fancy. And if not, and you're like, I don't want this crap in my inbox anymore, you know, just delete it. That's it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Just don't be a member anymore. But I promise you, if you stay long enough and you read the messages, you will come across something that you're going to go, oh my God, oh, I got to have that. Not only is it great because you get the exclusivity or you get a rare item or the great low price, but they also do the whole multi-payment option thing. I think it's like 4 payments. It's ZipPay, right? ZipPay, that's the name of it. You get all those goodies chopped into 4 equal payments. That makes a big difference for people like us that are constantly addicted to having an EDC item arrive in their mailbox. So yeah, anything we can do to help our little hobby and lifestyle along without killing ourselves is certainly a good thing. So hopefully I brought a little bit of attention to an already outstanding retailer, but I hope that you guys find something that you really enjoy there. If not, hey, whatever, man. We got all kinds of other cool shit to talk about this year. Got a whole bunch of knives coming up on deck, some really amazing full customs, some more great production and limited production knives. I'm going to try to do as many uploads this year as humanly possible. If I can double my upload count from last year, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, please enjoy whatever it is that you enjoy from wherever it is you preferred buying from, and I will catch you on the next video.